Jeremy is going to put together a quick and dirty tripod for us to boil water for a special project, which we will show you in just a moment.
Real simple, real easy. I made sure the feet are all the same length. So I flushed them up back behind me. That's what's gonna hit the ground. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do in order to lash our tripod is tie off to a starting point. Now I want this tripod to be as tall as it can be. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie off and start on the highest point of the shortest stick. Once I have that anchor there, I'm going to lash around all three of the sticks on my tripod 6 times. 1, 2, and 6. Now I've got that pretty snug. Once you go ahead and extend your tripod out, that's going to snug this up even more. So you want to give yourself a little bit of space so that you can put the rope and lash in between the 3 sticks. So I'm going to pull off a little bit extra so I can accomplish that. Alright, so I'm going to go through my first one and back up through my first one. There's 1. There's 2. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I believe this is either 5 or 6. I think it's 5. I'm going to move on to the next set, because I feel like I might be running low on rope here. And 5. Now personally, I always leave a little bit of a tag so I can have enough rope left over to help me out and cinch things down as I may need to once I start setting up the tripod over the fire. I'm going to go ahead and anchor this point. Just a little half hitch will be fine, or you can do a granny knot, whatever you desire. Let's see how that works. Now that the tripod's all spread out, you can see it's really sturdy, which is what I was hoping for. If it wasn't really sturdy, I left this tag to go ahead and snug things up where they needed to be snugged up. But since it is sturdy, you can use this to tie a pot and hang a pot, or if you're worried about the rope catching on fire, you can simply use a branch with a couple of twigs hanging off either way and hook the rope on one end and hook the pot on the other. That would work fine too. So you have multiple uses for this tag right here. I'm just going to leave it up here. I also left some of these branches hanging off here to hang utensils off of, pots, tongs. You can dry your clothes on here. So it's nice to have a couple of different spots to use and utilize over the fire. So there's a difference in doing something and doing something with excellence. Now I could have just left the top like it was and risked fraying the rope every time I move it from one section of the rope to the other to change the level, or the height, I should say. Or I could just round this off so that I know it's not going to fray up the edge of the rope, and then instead of letting the pot get hung up on the little burrs of this point, I could round this off so it's easier to take the pot on and off with a stick, because the fire is going to be hot. I'm not going to be able to get in here with my fingers and take that on and off every time. So I'm rounding this off right here, and then the bottom of this was hanging down about like this, about this high, and so that was hitting the top of the pot because it hangs like this. The pot comes here, then the pot hook comes down to here, and the top of that was just, I mean, half an inch away from the bottom of the stick. So I went ahead and cut that off, and then I've rounded this off to keep this from catching on anything. So I've made nice, smooth, slick transitions between all the points of contact that might come into fruition here with this little stick, trying to think of everything and just make it nice. If I'm gonna make it, might as well make it nice. A little tip for you. I've seen a lot of guys cut multiple 7 notches in their hooking stick in order to create an adjustable situation. One thing that's a lot easier and a lot faster is to create multiple loops in your rope, and you can space these out however you want to and set them up however you want to. Then all you have to do is take your stick out of the loop and move it to the next loop down if you wanted to lower it or raise it. Just a little tip for you. So there's your tripod, quick and dirty. Thanks for joining us here on Away From It All. Hey, get out there, take somebody with you, get away from it all. Dreams are restored in the great outdoors.